Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the video. Make sure you go over to Facebook and check out Don't Tell My Wife. Great group of collectors over there, well worth your time. Now, let's get into it. This is the John Wick, Chapter 4, John Wick from MAFEX. So let's take a look at the figure from side to side, as you can see. And on the back, comes with a good amount of accessories, the most being the hands. You can see there's also two styles of figure. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, if you could, I'd appreciate it. If you like the video, make sure that you hit that like button. Now, this is the first set of hands. These are both right hands. They are the bloodied hands. That's the first set. Here is another set, more relaxed. You'll notice that half a digit is missing. This is true of all of the left hands, the ring finger. He's missing that top part of the digit. So there's a variety of hands. A lot of them are for holding the axe, for the nunchucks, for the katana, there's two different guns. It's a good amount. So I believe there's 10 in all, including the ones that come with the figure. So, as you can see, just a good variety, a good amount of hands. Like I said, most are for grasping or clutching the different weapons. We have trigger fingers. You have to pry the hands a little bit to get the guns in, especially the... what is it, a Glock? That particular pistol, as opposed to the antique pistol, doesn't slide into the hand as easily. Here's some relaxed hands, or for some hands that you might want to put under the gun for steadying. Now here, the nunchucks, they are really nice. Mine's got a little bit of a kink there. Yeah, they're nice. They're very good for the size. Happy with those. Here is that antique pistol that he uses. There's some nice sculpting detail on it. Paint is, I guess, what you would expect. No real weathering on it. Now here's the semi-automatic. I don't know. Is it a Glock? I don't know. But his gun. Here's the katana. A nice piece. Nothing special on the blade. And here's that axe, which is cool. It would have been nice to have a little bit of different coloring on it, but it's basically a solid one black. Here's a belt that goes on the second torso. And here is that second torso. So it's a really nice piece. I'm kind of going back and forth. Do I want to display this one or the other one? I don't know if you can see in the video, but there is on the back, right around here, there is a little bit of a wash, a little bit of weathering on the shirt. You see that stamp? It doesn't say Marvel, so don't worry. It's got cufflinks, which are true to the movie, which is good. Pretty nice. I'm not going to really get into the articulation right now. I'll get into it in a bit, but you can see that there's a good butterfly right there on the shoulder. And here is that second head, which I'm not happy with really much at all. And you'll see right there that widow's peak right on the top of his forehead. I don't like that. I don't like it at all. It kind of stands out. Yeah, I don't know why they did that. I don't know why they couldn't just sculpt it on if they were having trouble sculpting it on. But just as a comparison, here is the other head. You can see it's different. That head, Widow's Peak, is a lot more concealed. So it's not as pronounced as the other one. Let's see if I can use my big sausage fingers. They're not really sausage fingers, but you can see maybe the difference there. I noticed this when I was in Project 1.6, and I was really disappointed on the disheveled look, that one there on the left. So here's the figure. Take a look at it first. I think right off the bat, maybe they could have done a little bit of a better paint job on the suit. It's a little bit too shiny, if that's the right word. I would have liked something a little bit more subdued. Maybe a bit of a wash on it. I don't know. So let's take a look at the articulation. There's a recurring issue going on here with the MAFEX line. You get some range going down, zero range going up. You can see that it's obviously because of the sculpted hair. But this is now, for me, the last couple figures that I've reviewed, this is an issue. The head doesn't go side to side. There is no range there. You can see it does turn. That's not an issue with the hair. Got to straighten them up a bit. It'll look better. So that's not an issue, but yeah, I mean, you got to figure out a way to get these figures to be able to move their head back. Now, the butterfly joint with the jacket is restricting. I'll show you later. Without that jacket later with the white shirt, the range is much better. But with this one, you do get 360 degrees. Get a double elbow there, which is great. There's no bicep swivel, obviously, as you can see. You get that much range with the arms going out. The drop down is minimum. It's mostly the butterfly, but the butterfly does drop down. So that's good. Now, again, with this jacket, this sculpt, you're not getting much range at all in the upper torso. Moving it around side to side with the torso, not much at all. You do get some range with the ab. You can bend the figure, as you can see, that's pretty good. It's not great, but it's pretty good. And then going back, I think that's decent. I don't think you'd expect more than that, I don't think you'd ask for more than that. Going backwards, there goes a hand. Twisting side to side, good enough. Again, I don't think you should really be expecting more than that. It works. You do get the drop on the legs, straight up 90 degrees. Going back, you get that much if you're trying to do a split. And if you drop them both down and you try to do the Van Damme, you get about there. So the knee is 90, maybe a little bit more. It's not a double knee, which is okay. It's not a deal breaker, but it could have been better. Now the foot, nice shoes. My toe on that right foot is very loose. As you can see, it goes straight up. You do get good range going down, okay range going up, and there's almost no rocker when it comes to the foot, as you can see. That's about the extent if you really want to spread his legs and have him pose in a stand like that. So yeah, that's it for this version for the articulation there. Now, this one, let me tell you, the arms are better, especially with the butterfly joint. You can move the arms a lot better in so that he can grasp things with two hands. So if you want to have him grasping one of the guns or even the katana, for example, you can do that, but it's only really going to work with the white shirt. There's much better range. Now this is an issue, this figure with the peg not being able to plug in, and it gets stuck in the upper torso rather than the lower part of the body, which is where it should go. Ugh, pain in the butt. Let's try again. So once you can get it attached, it tends to get stuck in the upper torso versus the lower. You want it in the lower so you can easily swap them out. Otherwise, you have to apply a lot of heat. You can see the articulation here as I'm moving it around, but that is definitely minus points for engineering it that way. So I like it like this. The more I look at it like this, the more I'm probably sold on that particular look. Now here he is standing next to some of the Terminators. You can see that he is considerably smaller than both of them. And if we look at him next to Spider-Man and RoboCop, he's about the same as Spider-Man, maybe a little bit taller. He's definitely smaller than RoboCop. Now next to the new Ahsoka Tano that came out, I guess last week, and then the Carnage. Carnage is taller, his legs are spread out, so he looks about the same, but he's not. Now this is what I was referring to in terms of having a little bit more range and a little bit better articulation without that jacket. I like this look. I don't like the top of that forehead. But I like being able to grasp the gun. But this part right here, the peg should be stuck not in the upper torso, but in the lower one. And it keeps getting stuck in the top part. And getting it removed is not easy at all. So that's a real pain. You have to constantly use a hairdryer to heat it up to get it out. And even then, it's not easy. So my thoughts, I'd probably give the figure maybe like an 8. Maybe. The issue with the articulation and that peg is a pain. But anyway, thanks for watching the video. Appreciate it.